Hey, today let's take a look at the Ryobi ELL1750 multi-surface laser level. It's got a 20-foot range and it comes with everything that you see here. It's multi-surface because you can lay it flat on a floor or on any surface. The magnet to a metal surface comes with push pins, so you can actually mount it on rough surfaces, so that is great help. It also has, if you have a smooth surface, it has suction cups that you can actually hook it onto. It's got horizontal and vertical bubbles. So let's take a look at what we have here. Main thing to remember is always read the directions and the instructions to find out all the cautions and warnings. This does have a laser in it, so you want to make sure you keep it away from your eyes or anybody else's eyes when you're actually using it, so always be safe. The unit is pretty straightforward. So you have your protractor here. You can actually move that around, so we'll see how that works. Tighten that up to get it out of its actual cradle. It's got two little push areas here. You want to push back and pull that out. Battery compartment's in the back, so you want to make sure that you open that up and make sure you install the batteries with the right polarity. That pushes off. This is pretty straightforward. The springs, or you're going to put your negative end of your battery. Push the other one in, make sure they're seated. Slide our cover back on, lock that in place, and then we'll check and see if it works. On-off button, horizontal and a vertical bubble level in it, so you can actually get it level on the surface. To actually take the base off, you're going to loosen this up. And you can remove it from the actual protractor base. That's where you can actually use the suction. Once you suction it onto a wall, you'll press these right here to actually release it. Don't rip it off the wall or you hurt the suction cups. There's your built-in magnet, so you can hook it to a metal surface. There's your push pin holes there and there. And on the back, there's your push pins. You can pull those out. And there's your push pins to put it into the surface. Might be easy to lose, but it's a standard size, so you can put that on. Your actual protractor actually has holes right there and there to actually mount with your push pins if you need to. So we slide that back in, tighten that up, and you can take your laser, set it in the back, snap that in. Doesn't fit real tight, so if you drop it, it has a possibility of coming loose. We're going to mount it to a metal door. We've got it level right there, and you can see our laser line across there. Showing this because you can actually mark this across. If you want to paint a multi-surface, take your tape, get your tape across so you can paint your multi-surfaces. So that makes it kind of nice. So that's the magnetic part. Next we're going to mount it to the wall using the push pins. Push pins are going to go in there and on the opposite side. So we'll put those in. Get that pushed through. Push that in. Again, we'll get it level. Which can be for your paint line, or if you have this up, this could actually be for a drop ceiling, so you can get it across with the 20-foot range. Now we've got it set up. Turn it on. Now you got your vertical line straight up and down. So now we got the laser on the floor. Turn that on. You can see our laser. And you can see it projecting on the other wall over there. Loosen this up and use the protractor so you can get your angles if you wanted to put any kind of an angle in. The room has to be very dark, so it's not a very strong laser. So make sure that you've got the lights off and everything once you have it set up so you can actually get your line straight. The actual suction cups on the bottom, I couldn't find a flat surface on a wall to actually get both to stick to. I only got one to stick, so it took longer to try and do that. Love the push pins. Push pins are great, so you can get that in. So when you're doing it on a wall, horizontal or vertical, that's great with the push pins. So I laid it flat on the surface, and actually you can get the beam all the way across, so that makes it nice. It does have a good range, but if you're actually going to use your line, the room's going to have to be dark for it to actually work, so keep that in mind if you're going to use this. Use the mount for the actual wall protractor to line things up. For an inexpensive laser, this is the one for you. I recommend actually going for a stronger laser if you're going to use it a lot. It's just for hanging pictures and for coming up with straight lines on a wall for painting and such. This is great. Protractor does have its uses though. You want to get point A to point B so you can mark one wall and the other wall. It's great. So there is uses for that, and you can actually mount that to the wall like I said earlier with the pinholes there. All in all, for basic uses around the house, it's great. Leveling pictures, coming up with lines for painting straight lines on a wall. If you want to have a two-tone wall, perfect for that. Laying floors, I like the idea of the actual protractor, so you can get from point A to point B and mark it out. You do have to have low light for it to actually work, so a stronger laser would be better if you're going to use it for multiple projects. Always remember, dream, think, design, build, and learn. See you in the shop.